Hello and welcome to What's Up Punk, where we take a look at the myriad subgenres underneath the umbrella of punk. Today we'll be taking a look at Slimepunk and Icepunk. Let's shotgun some radioactive Mountain Dew into our eyes and go out into the cold and look at the pretty colors. What is Slimepunk? Okay, so I like to give everything its time in court. Okay, you know I'm your creator, right? Why you gotta come at me sideways? Anyway, while I made a whole video defending Icepunk and said it wasn't a meme that spiraled out of control, the other ones are a tad less defendable. But let's get into it. Slimepunk is a musical subgenre that emerged in the early 2010s among internet communities. Slimepunk music is oftentimes featured heavy, distorted bass lines, has emerged largely out of the post-acid scene. Slimepunk artists tend to have a more aggressive or corrosive ethos in combination with their music. While there's no specific Slimepunk sound, the aesthetic is the common unifying factor. And most Slimepunk artists feature heavy sampling within their music. More sampling than 2020 Kanye is Slimepunk. The main difference, as the name would suggest, from acid house is, well, acid house is house music. It has a beat you can dance to. Slimepunk music sounds corrosive and unpleasant. In a deliberate way, not a let's unsync everything and grab as many random sounds off freesounds.org way. Or as DBHP put it in an article from our boys, Super magazine, Slimepunk is the highest sense of slime awareness. Slimepunk revolution. Slimepunk is the next seasonal trend commodity that is inevitably choked to death on its own palate in the hovering spectacle. Slimepunk is about the exchange of bodily fluids. Jesus died for our slime. Slimepunk is a broken iPhone touchscreen. Slimepunk is Beyonce's secret Illuminati message of 2012. Hulk Hogan. What is Icepunk? Icepunk is an aesthetic revolving around frozen snow-covered icy places, which gives it an eerie, otherworldly feel. It shares elements with clearcore as the colors are similar, Icepunk being more misty. And frozen, places typically have smooth or sanitized feel to them. Icepunk is essentially the antithesis of Icepunk and seems to have a bit of a rivalry with the microgenre. It has been described as Icepunk in an ice age. Technology. As with Icepunk, the utter and complete witchcraft of creating music is the tech of this genre, so skip. Aesthetic. Slimepunk is characterized by an aesthetic dominated by slime-related pop culture, ranging from the Toxic Avenger,
the first superhero born out of nuclear waste,
Slime Time Live,
there you go,
Mountain Dew or Classic Green Monster,
here's Mountain Dew Zero,
I am thirsty,
and of course Toxic Waste. Slimepunk is often accommodated by black or other neon colors. Popular elements of Slimepunk include radioactive or biohazard symbols, green glowing objects, needles, gas masks, rubber gloves, Molgoth themes and clothing, tentacle hentai, and, slime.
Why am I drippings with goo?
Sorry we had to hose you there, but you were kind of out of control.
Icepunk art invokes cold, winter, or isolated vibes, utilizing a lot of blue, cyan, purple, white, and other monochromatic colors. But other than that, it shares a lot in common with Icepunk. Same goes with the fashion cues, pretty much the same as Icepunk, but wintry. Where did Slimepunk and Icepunk start? Once again, going off that super article, this time Lilith's bit, you've been a pretty big factor in the Icepunk scene as well. With the rise of Slimepunk, does that mean Icepunk is on the way out? It's still wet, but the water is contaminated. It's the sounds of the apocalypse. Utopia needs dystopia. We have room for both types. So yeah, Slimepunk was a response to Icepunk, being its toxic antagonist. Ultra Demon, or Zombella, said in the same article that it was fun to have an enemy. A recurring trend to anyone who's been following my videos on punk genres is punk genres rising in question to one another. Speaking of which, on the Icepunk side of things, Dirty Farms created the song Ice Queen.
All of which makes me anxious. 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 All of which.
To mimic the numb, uncomfortable feeling of being cold. After the creation of Icepunk Facebook groups were flooded with posts proclaiming the death of Witch House, posts antagonizing the Icepunks, and people claiming to have created the next meme genre, most of the members of these groups felt excluded by Icepunk. I took it upon myself to be the messiah of those left behind by Icepunk, creating my own Facebook group called Icepunk. which featured a lengthy troll statement explaining how Icepunk was going to be the next big thing, and the ball, as it does, rolled from there. Real life ice and slime punks. Skipping. If you make the music or rep the swag, you're a Toxic Jersey based superhero or a turquoise snowman making tracks. My recommendations. Ariette Quaramona. Not a lot to say about this one. It has a recursive beat, just kinda works for me. Can really hear the clear core influences, and it's just something pleasant to listen to. Blam Lord, Iceberg Blast. Man can spit. Feels like a song befitting the name Icepunk, evoking that sterile vibe it's supposed to give. Also taking shots at Slimepunk lyrically. If all of Icepunk was similar to this, I'd like it more. Cold Casey, Night Ice. It's all about how this feels like it should be playing during Chill Penguin stage. Fits, right? What happened to either punk? Well, after the gatekeeping wars that took down C-Punk and the gestalt horror that is Vaporwave grew to prominence, Icepunk just kinda bleeped out of existence. Slimepunk, on the other hand, has actually held out. There's music on Bandcamp as late as 2 years ago to as early as 4 months ago from the posting of this video. Is Slimepunk the music meme genre it was? No, but it's still out there. How do I feel about either punk? Icepunk has all the good music but no style. Slimepunk has all the style but no good music. Yeah, not a fan, honestly, on either side. It comes back to what I said before. I made that video on C-Punk not just because the randomizer spat it out at me, but because I felt it had ties to cyberpunk and thought the music was good. So I defended it. But Slimepunk and Icepunk is exactly what C-Punk's detractors thought it was, the meme that grew out of control. However, I do enjoy how caustic Slimepunk is. It's like a trauma film. It knows what it is and it just revels in it.
Horrifying than anything
Icepunk, while having good music, at least in my musical safari, never gave me that cold, isolated vibe. None of this took me to Outpost 31 is all I'm saying.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside.
Sign out question. It's something I've struggled a bit to answer. And this is likely not the video to bring this up, but it's what my mind after another video of sifting through old wikis, Super Magazine, Tumblr posts, blogs, and scream sheets. Is it necessary or malevolent or ultimately limiting to segregate this or that into a punk genre? I don't like gatekeeping, I never have. It's why I press when I can. I am not an authority. I'm what's on the tin, a madman in a good coat. No more, no less. However, in my opinions, human wetware is poorly made. Humans need to compartmentalize to understand or grasp a concept. At least punk genres are cool, insane, and more often than not throwing the middle finger every which way in Sunday. And sometimes they evolve and devolve into whole new genres, so they're not really limiting. In my personal opinion, I think the practice is overall malevolent. But again, that's my answer. Post yours in the comments. Well, this has been What's Up Punk. Till next time, Rod, Cowgirl Rod. A cyborg's got a bounty on your chrome. There's a speakeasy you can hide out in till the heat dies down. I'll get you a margarita, sit back and listen to the muzak of the network, but keep on being a no-good, dirty punk.
You know it, you love it, here's the spiel, let's do it. Hit subscribe to be my subscriber. Hit the bell so you know when I've actually posted stuff. Still no idea why those two things are separate now, but whatever. And of course, hit like to appease the algorithm gods. All fear and praise. On a list of whatever YouTubes, I am also probably not going to get any ad revenue for these videos, so if you would be so kind, check out that Patreon and the GoFundMe. Links in the description.